I'm from Sydney, Australia. I'm here to discuss one of the a topic that stands out to me tonight. The title is "Nice Leaders versus Kind Leaders." It's 7:37 p.m. Thursday, 20th of May, 2026. And this title, basically, this article stands out to me because it's a reminder to those who are in leadership roles, those who are team supervisors, team leaders, those who are CEOs, and those who are departmental managers or management roles. So just a reminder that there are two approach. You can be a nice leader or a kind leader. So again, there are two distinctions when it comes to that. Nice leaders, they often prioritize agreeability and conflict avoidance to maintain superficial harmony. On the contrary, kind leaders tends to focus on the genuine care, criticism, again, genuine, honest, constructive feedback within their own subordinates, which later on can provide a long term growth, even if it involves discomfort in the short term, but in the long term, it can provide a more productive and progressive teams. Um, how do we define or how do we basically narrow between the two leadership role, nice leaders and kind leaders? The aspects are when it comes to motivation, nice leaders seek more approval and avoid conflict driven by social expectation or preserve status quo due to personal gain. On the other hand, on the contrary, kind leaders tend to be more caring to others, using empathy and altruism without expectation or without expecting anything in return. When it comes to behavior, I think, well, based on my research as well, that nice leaders are more polite in gestures. They tend to compliment more often and indecisive when it comes to tough decisions or tough situations, which basically later on it can provide, again, the insincerity and manipulation to others and within their own team environment. Um, on the contrary, kind leaders or kind leadership role, it builds trust, psychological safety and innovation, and the long-term growth when it comes to retention, when it comes to difficult conversation, and they invest more in development and challenging the norms within that team environment. And they all normally give an honest feedback and critique to their own subordinates. Again, the potential drawbacks between that two are nice leaders may delay necessary actions, leading to bigger problems and seen as manipulative and insincere if any issues is unaddressed. When it comes to kind leaders, they tend to be more emotionally taxing at first, but requires vulnerability or risk taking and may not yield immediate popularity at first, but in the long run, it's more progressive and productive within the team environment or within their own subordinates. Again, the effectiveness are nice leaders positively linked to emergence and team cohesion in a collective culture and builds trust, but in the short term. In the long run, kind leadership or kind leaders enhances job performance, trust, and meaningful, productive, and progressive team environment that can provide a mediated, strong relationships within their own subordinates and within them as well within their own hierarchies of the leadership roles. When it comes to retention and well-being, nice leaders can reduce absenteeism through harmony but risk burnout if it's unaddressed and if issues can be mishandled. On the contrary, kind leaders improves well-being, reduces resignation, and foster inclusion or inclusivity within the community team environment in a progressive state. Again, it's high probable, based on my experience, that kind leadership, we are shifting towards more kind leadership rather than a nice leadership. This is based on my experience when I was in a leadership role prior to what I'm doing now. However, in order to provide a good leadership role within their own team environment, in my opinion, and based on the others' research and based on my research in this article, both can coexist. Mix a little bit of nice leadership by using diplomacy. On the other hand, it coexists with kind leadership that gives a critique, um, again, challenging roles that can provide a progressive criticism to challenge their own subordinates to become more productive and progressive within their own team environment. Again, it might not be popular at first, but in the long run, giving criticism and challenging their subordinates to progress and be more proactive and productive within the team environment, I think it's more highly probable in the long run will be more productive. On the same token, we needed to use total cohesion or inclusion when it comes to using the diplomacy by being a nice leaders. So both can coexist. On the same token as well, we need to provide active listening and feedback when it comes to honest feedback and critique. In a world of grappling with uncertainty, I think kind leadership is crucial to be provided and to be practiced within the leadership roles. And it's not just ethical, but it's more strategic, as well as it leads to a more happier and more productive teams and progressive that can provide a better role or jobs within your subordinates and within the leadership or team environment. Again, I'll think of something that will be more insightful later on. This article is just one of the reminders for those people who are in the leadership role or for those individuals who are planning to be in a leadership role later on within government organizations, institutions, or organizations or companies or corporate that will be within their jobs or within their own employees as a business people. Again, we'll talk about something that will be insightful later on. I'll think of something later on down the track. Have a good night to all, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.